Hello everyone, I hope all of you are fine and doing great. I'm here with my today's topic, that is auxiliary verb. An auxiliary verb helps the main verb to complete its meaning. For example, they were sitting in the class. In this particular sentence, were is an auxiliary verb that is used with the action or main verb within this sentence to complete the meaning and to show the tense. She has written a letter. You may go now. I shall buy a pen. He had finished his work. In all these sentences, were, has, may, shall, and had are used as auxiliary verbs to complete the meaning of the sentences. Now, there are different kinds of auxiliary verbs, and basically, there are two kinds of auxiliaries: the primary auxiliaries and the modal auxiliaries. The primary auxiliaries, the verbs like be, do, have, that help the main verbs to provide a complete sense are called primary auxiliaries. Be verbs are used to form different tenses. Be verbs are is, am, are, was, were. For example, she is playing. He was laughing. You are working. They were punished. I am completing the task. In all these sentences, is, am, are, was, were, helping verbs and be verbs, they are used here and they are basically helping to show the tense of the sentence. Next, we have verbs that are used in different tenses. For example, you have passed the exam. He had taken the meal. The boy has finished the task. Then do verbs are also used in different tenses to form interrogative and negative sentences. For example, do they play tennis? Does the parrot talk? They did not help us. So they also help in the tenses. Then next we have the modal auxiliaries. The modal auxiliaries are the verbs which are used to affect the meaning. They are also considered as helping verbs. These are used along the main verb to express possibility, ability, permission, or necessity. For example, shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might, must, ought to, etc. Primary auxiliaries and the modal auxiliaries, they are usually known as helping verbs. They are considered as helpers of the main verbs within the sentences. Primary auxiliaries help the main verbs to complete the meaning, especially in tenses. And modal auxiliaries are also helpers and they tell us about the possibility, ability, permission, or necessity of the action. Now, let me explain the usage of different modal auxiliaries. First of all, shall is used for first person pronouns that are I and we to indicate future time. Examples: I shall go for sports. We shall play hockey. For first person singular pronouns, we use shall. Then shall is also used for second person you and third person he, she, it, they to indicate determination or to express promise, threat, or command. Usually people say that shall is only used for first person pronouns, but it's not like the case. We can use it for second and third person pronoun, but the situation is different for both the usages. For example, let's have a look on the examples. You shall be punished. This is threat. You shall leave the room at once. It's a command, and shall is used with the second person pronoun, that is you. They shall help at any cost. This is a strong determination. He shall be awarded, and it's a promise. So this modal auxiliary, that is shall, is used for first, second, and third person pronouns in different ways. Then next I have should. Should is used to express a duty or obligation. For example, you should help the poor. You should work hard. Remember, you have to keep one thing in your mind, that should is not used as the past form of shall. The usage of should is different from shall in different cases. It is used to express the duty or obligation. Next, I have usage of will. Will is used for second and third person to indicate future. Examples: he will come soon, they will purchase a car, you will succeed. We usually use this will with second and third person pronouns within our writings, and also for first person pronouns. Will is also used for first person pronoun to indicate determination or to express promise or threat. For example, I will win the prize, it's a determination. We will help you, it's a promise. I will knock you down, it's a threat. The usage of will and shall go side by side, but you have to just keep the basic difference of both, that where we are supposed to use will and where we are supposed to use shall. Then I have would. Would is the past form of will and shall. As I have told you earlier, that should is not considered as the past of shall, but here would is the past form of will and shall. It is also used to express determination, strong desire, or polite request. They would help us, it's a determination. Would you please open the door? It's a request. Then next I have can and could, that are used to express ability to do something. Can is used in present tense and could is used in past tense. For example, I can drive a car. He could drive a car. He can solve the sums. He could solve the sums. So in this case, can and could are used in present and past in this way. Now, can is an informal modal auxiliary and could is a polite modal auxiliary and are used to ask for or to give permission. For example, can I go out? We can ask question with the help of this can, and it's an informal request. Could I borrow your pen? In this case, it's kind of polite request. Then may and might. May is considered as present and might is considered as past, and they are used to express wish, possibility, or to seek permission. May you live long. It's a wish. May I come in? It's a question and it's asking for permission. It might have rained yesterday. It's a possibility. Might is also used in present tense to show greater doubt and weaker possibility. When we have a strong doubt and where possibility is weak, there we also use might in present tenses. I might see the patient. Like, I'm not confirmed, I might go there and I might see or visit the patient. Might she contact me? Now it's present tense, but it's a strong doubt and it's a weaker possibility. So in this case, I can use might in my present tense. Then I have must. It is used to express compulsion, obligation, certainty, and determination. For example, we must help her. It's a compulsion. Whenever I am supposed to use this word must, it's a compulsion, it's an obligation to do the action at any cost. You must serve your country. It's an obligation. You must have finished your work. It's a determination. Then ought to is there. Ought to is used to express duty or moral obligation. For example, he ought to have worked hard. It's a duty. You ought to ask your teacher for permission. It's an obligation. Ought to and have to, they both are mostly similar, so we can use them as modal auxiliaries within our writings. So this was all about auxiliaries, primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. You can go for their practice. I'll be there soon. Until then, take care. Bye bye.